In state news, Florida's Attorney General announcing the launch of a new public corruption unit. The unit's going to focus on identifying, investigating, and prosecuting the misuse of taxpayer dollars and legislative appropriations. This unit will be reviewing funds distributed to nonprofits and other organizations over the past 2 fiscal years. AG James Uthmeier says the goal is to provide transparency to the people of Florida and protect their tax dollars.
We'll be looking for exploitations, bribes, kickbacks, conflicts of interest, evidence of money being spent on special interests, personal gain, rather than for the good of the public. We're going to show the public that government officials, they have to live up to that duty, that responsibility, that trust that comes from the people.
Assistant Statewide Prosecutor Richard Mante leads that unit, partnering with federal and local agencies.